So today we're going to head on over to Central Hall, and we're going to go there early because it's a mad crush of people and we never really get a chance to see all that we want to see. So if we get in the next 10 minutes, we should be able to run around and see whatever we can for maybe like half an hour. Welcome to Central Hall. I don't think it's the exact same thing though. So last year we were here at S&B. I don't see anybody on the showroom floor yet because we're a little bit early. But last year they had a particle separator that was really ingenious. It would basically filter out all kinds of dirt up to like 99.9% filtration capacity. But it did kind of have a funky look to it. And the guys at S&B even knew it. But I don't know if this is what the improvement is or not, but you can see they had this new intake system on top of the hood, and it looks way cleaner than what they had last year. Okay, so actually looking through the literature, which I should have done right from the get-go, it is not their particle separator, it's just an intake to help bring airflow into the air box. But either way, it's a nice touch. Maybe not for everybody, but I think it looks really clean. So for those of you who've been asking on Wayalife.com, no, we haven't found the Black Ops Jeep. If it's here, I haven't been able to find it. We've been looking far and near. And also, for those of you who've been asking about Rock Crawler, although we've seen their lift on quite a few Jeeps, we haven't found them either. So if they are here, I don't know where they are. But what we are finding is aFe. I know a few of you guys have been asking about them, so we're gonna go check them out now. Look at that Gladiator. So what do we got?
So for the Jeep Gladiator, we have some 2.5-inch coilovers that accommodate a 4 to 6 inch lift. For the JL and the JT Gladiator, we have some bump stops. We have our steering stabilizer. We have our front diff cover available for all axles that are on the JL and the JT. We also have new 2-inch and 2.5-inch non-reservoir shocks. So we have 2-inch JL, JT shocks. We have 2.5-inch non-reservoir, and then we have the 2.5-inch external bypass shocks. New for 2019, we have finally an adjustable reservoir. So this is a new design. This is our design. It's taken us a couple years to come up with it, but we are happy and confident, and we're very proud on the performance of it. So this will be available for any shock with a remote reservoir. We have our new intake, the open air, so it scoops in the cold air from outside.
So you replace the factory box, but it's still contained?
Yeah, it's still contained and it's open. This will work with a lot of hoods that have a vent feature, like this one or the Moab or special edition hoods. So we keep it open. It's a cool design feature, but it's also functional. So this is for the new JL, JT Gladiator truck. What we did is we are providing you a high performance, high flow cat with a loop relocation tube that relocates and clocks the loop upward into the cab, which allows you to put a long travel system on your Jeep without having to cut this off and put a straight pipe. So the nice part about this is it's still keeping the equal length of the headers from the driver and passenger side.
This is California legal?
It is not California legal. It's 49 state legal. And then we also went and designed one for the 4-liter 2.0 turbo.
Oh, nice.
So we went and have one. We increased the diameter of the tube, making it bigger, higher flowing. Again, a 49 state legal cat.
Of course.
Along with the flex pipe. So there's a lot of flex in the frame, and there's potential cracking or breaks of the weld. So we went and installed a flex pipe to allow for the flex in the engine and the frame, so that you don't get any cracks and there's no potential leakage anywhere in the future. So and then we also have a grill. We teamed up with T-Rex and Z-Road to come out with our own custom pattern, our own custom sign and emblem. So to show your support with aFe, we have this JL Gladiator grill along with other grills for other vehicles. Kind of cool. Lights up. You got every light is. You can move it, change it, kind of position it yourself, move it up or down, and adjust it. They're very bright at night. Super cool.
So is this a complete replacement grill or just the inserts?
It's just the insert. So what you do is you keep your factory grill, and then all you do is unclip the back part of it, and then this bolts right into the existing holes in the bracketry of your stock grill.
So
really
just
nice.
Make sure the lights are included with the inserts.
Yes, the lights are included, the inserts included. It's all one kit. So for the rock crawlers and rock bashers, we have a rear muffler kind of delete exhaust that relocates your muffler to the center of your cab instead of the back, and then your whole back is free to kind of do whatever you want.
You got a lot of stuff in Jeeps. I wasn't even expecting as much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Central Hall is always pretty crazy. It's a crush of people, way more crowded than the South Hall. But that's where you'll find people like Rancho. I think I see him. The tall guy, really tall guy.
That's good.
You can finish up, just letting you know I'm here.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
They are definitely the hit of the show in terms of off-road.
And I think that all the Jeeps JTs have been sold to people here.
Maybe so.
Yeah, so.
Because nobody else has one.
No one else has them yet. So how you been?
I've been really good. Yourself?
Good deal. I can't complain. It's nice seeing you.
You
So
as
this,
well.
guys, this is our Gladiator. This is a 3-inch lift. It is called the Xlander series. We're going to have 4 different suspensions for the Gladiator coming up in the next few months, probably starting in 2020. Adjustable control arms for the front. We don't really touch the rear yet. We just give a new coil spring in the back, so it's pretty nice, and we're having fun with it as usual. And as you know, they do great on the trail. We can go to the other side and we can see our tube doors. So come on
Sounds
over.
good.
So these are our new tube doors. They work on the Gladiator and on the JL. In the past, we just had a stationary hinge. On this is adjustable, so you can do your little moving around. Same door. Here we got little bump stop there. So when you do this, it doesn't rattle.
Nice.
We use the JK non-heated mirror, so that mounts right up. We provide the hardware, and that goes on there.
Is that something that people would have to purchase separately?
Yes,
then?
sir.
Okay.
They have to buy this separately. Check this out over here. Gladiator rear glide skid plates for the control arm shock. So what is cool is this locks in there, so if you go this way, that way, it's not going to spring out and break. So that's pretty nice. That's coming out beginning of 2020. Same JK and JL rear glide plates that everybody should have. Rancho red, of course.
Of course.
All right.
So what do we got here with Dynamax?
So check this out. The first thing you'll notice on the Gladiator in a stock position is that right here is the world's largest muffler that loves rocks. If you look here, we delete that with, we get rid of it all together. We move all the mufflers to the front. So let's go up there and check it out. You ready to crawl under?
Let's do this. This is carpeted. Not like we haven't done this in a parking lot before.
So right here, we've got our race bullet in the front, and back to the back, we've got a stainless steel Super Turbo. The Super Turbo is one of our quieter mufflers, so the sound on this is not loud at all. You get a nice growl, rumble, nothing over the top, but what it does is it takes all of the JT stuff and tucks it up. In stock position, this muffler hangs down about a couple inches, so now it's all tucked up nicely. Since you guys are going to be off-roading a lot, there's no reason for us to put a stainless steel tip back here because it still might get hit. But it's, as you can see, this just takes care of that whole muffler that's right there. And this is a really nice setup. This is coming out in the beginning of 2020, like January or February from us.
Do you know what the retail on that might be?
I do not.
Okay.
It's not going to be. It's going to be reasonable.
Dynamax.
Yes, it's going to be reasonable. This will come with our limited lifetime warranty and our 90-day ride guarantee. So if you're not happy with the sound or performance in the first 90 days, you can return it for a full refund.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's it.
So for a while now, we've been actually buying a lot of our trail tools from a company called Tekton, who actually manufactures a lot of their stuff here in the USA, others in Taiwan. but they're good quality tools, and we're gonna go check out their booth right now. So for those of you guys who watch our videos, I'm sure you've seen me use this guy plenty of times. Very nice quality torque wrench. I know you're really busy, but I just wanted to stop by and say hello.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Down here.
Welcome.
Check out all the cool tools that Tekton has to offer you guys.
That's right. You know.
Absolutely. In fact, you guys can actually buy them on our website. We do have a link at Wayalife.com. You can actually help us out as well by purchasing great trail tools, tools for your garage. Tekton is the guys you want to be turning to.
That's right. These are engineered for mechanics, but we keep them at a price anybody can afford.
It's awesome.
So that's why us guys in the Jeep world, we gotta have good tools.
Cool. I'm standing here with Devin over at Tekton Tools. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Hey, can you tell me a little bit about the history of Tekton? How long you guys have been around?
Yeah, we've been around for about 50 years making hand tools. The Tecton brand itself's been around for 10, so.
Awesome. And what kind of warranty? I mean, a lot of guys are going to say, hey, it's not Snap-on or whatever, Craftsman. Like, what kind of warranty do you guys offer?
We offer always guaranteed. Our tools are guaranteed for the life of the tool. We don't require proof of purchase. We don't require you to be the original purchaser. And we warranty the product for the life of the product. It's easy as going on Tekton.com, snapping a photo. We'll get you a new one in 1 to 3 days.
So this is regardless if it's a screwdriver, a wrench, a socket, or even something like a torque wrench?
Absolutely. All of our tools that you see here, including everything on our website, all of our products are always guaranteed.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
nice
it.
meeting you.
We check out some cool new stuff for the bed of a Gladiator. I'm standing here with Jason. We're over here at Tuffy Security, and he's going to show us the cool new products that they've got going for the Jeep JT Gladiator.
Yep.
So what am I looking at over here?
These are going to be the Gladiator bedside boxes. Nice solution. It's going to give that easy storage on the side of the vehicle. You don't have to step into the bed to access all your items. It's just a great organizational piece to have on the back of the vehicle.
So how exactly does it work? At a quick glance, I see what look like 6 boxes along the side and a tonneau cover. So can you show us how all this works?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's come over here. All right, so these are 6 individual lids, but it's all one long box. So you're going to have long storage inside of this with all these independent access points. So you open this up, and you're going to have this nice space all along here. In order to organize your items, you're going to have a partition here that you can keep in. That way, smaller items, whether it's cargo straps, anything smaller like that, you don't want falling down, can stay up. But then if you need that longer storage, you can remove this partition and be able to place larger items back here, whether that's a shovel, fishing rod, etc.
Awesome. And each one of these are lockable.
Exactly. Everything. When you get Tuffy, you're not only, it's going to be standard that it's going to be locking. We're going to give you that organization, and it's going to be a standard feature that it is locking.
Awesome. So tell me about this tonneau cover. Is this made by you, or?
This is actually a Best-Top tonneau cover. So this is going to be an independent part that is going to that you can apply onto these bedside boxes. You're going to be able to get a driver's side box and a passenger side box, and then if you still want to have that cover for that cargo area in between, you can install this Best-Top tonneau cover.
Awesome. So what I'm noticing right away is that if I close the tailgate, this would be completely secure. Would it be something that you'd be able to open with ease?
Correct. Yep. When you lock the factory lock on the tailgate, this is also going to be a secured space as well. It's going to work just like any tonneau cover on the market, but it's going to be able to shelter those items that you place inside of there, but have that nice use of the cargo space. You're not going to lose it by putting like a drawer system or something back here. You're going to be able to retain all that height in the limited bed space that you currently have in this Gladiator. So it maximizes that space, gives you covered storage, and then when you do need access, just open it up, and it works just like any tonneau cover out there. Open it up, and you can put larger items back here like a motocross bike, something like that. And that's where we have these bull ring tie downs integrated into here. That way, when you need to strap something down, you pop them out, but then when you need that open bed space, you can close them up.
Very cool. I see some kind of a cargo net as well.
Yep, that is correct. That's a PRP cargo net that is also an additional accessory that you can add onto these boxes.
Cool, and I see additional rings so you can actually mount them in different locations as well.
Exactly, whether or not you need less or more storage, wherever that might be. This is a very adaptable for your daily lifestyle and your and how you're going to use it. We really want to make sure that functionality is incorporated into this product, and that's where these ideas all stem from.
Is there any chance that there's, I mean, only because I know people are going to ask this being Tuffy Security, do you think there'll be an option for like a hard tonneau cover of some sort in the future?
Always a possibility of that. So a little early right now, that possibility is always there. Right now it's going to be the soft option, but that is definitely a possibility that we can take a look at.
Awesome. I think the soft cover is great for most people, but I definitely think you guys can let me know on wayalife.com or even on our video. I have a feeling that being Tuffy Security, there might be some other options, but let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Speak up so we know.
So one last thing that I kind of skipped over, but I shouldn't have. What are these things I'm looking at right here?
So we actually entered this as a new product here at the show, and we actually won 2 awards. One of them is going to be the 2020 Best New Product in the van pickup and sport utility. It's the runner-up product award on that one. So definitely a hard award to come by. We're definitely appreciative of that. And we also won the Best New Product for Tour Up, which is the Truck and Off-Road Alliance for this product.
Awesome. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you very much.
Just way to go. Thank you so much for your time. I really
Thank you very much.
appreciate
Appreciate it.
So now for all you guys who not only have JL Wranglers, but for those of you who have 2 doors, we're going to be checking out something really cool from Synergy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Long time no see.
It's been a little bit.
Hey, I've been trying to come. I just want to let you know.
No, I get it. I get it. I've been all around seeing all the stuff, checking all the things out, but I'm here now, and we've connected.
Awesome. Can you give me a little heads up on this 2-door that I'm looking at, which looks badass?
Absolutely, I will. Hang on just a second here. Let's pass that thing off here. So this is a 2018 2-door JL Turbo with an auto. Okay, so it's got the hybrid deal set up on there. We've had this thing for probably 6-8 months, something like that. So you might have seen it out in Moab. It's the blue Jeep that's like jumping through the air. I don't know if you guys seen that shot or not.
Sure have.
But you know, we did some pretty basic suspension stuff before we went to Moab for EJS and really railed on it heavy. So I ended up bending the front seat frames. So that's why we got some PRP seats in there, because the factory seats bent. We got a new front axle on there because that bent too. And but fortunately, all the parts that we made that are Synergy branded, all that stuff totally handled the business. So
I gotta say, this guy is totally easy on all his Jeeps all the time. So I'm kind of amazed that you bent anything at all.
Right. One thing that we like to do here is really put our parts through the test, and through the ringer. So that way, you guys at home, are for sure getting stuff that works. So that's really important to us.
So what makes this thing special? Because I know there are a few tricks of the trade going on here. What's going on underneath?
Yeah, we have a couple things going on here. So what we're kind of debuting here, this is our Stage 3 suspension package, 3-inch coils. So one of the key features, obviously, we have all of our adjustable control arms, which feature our double adjusters, allows adjusting the arms to be super easy. Our dual durometer bushings that have 30 degrees of misalignment, but all return to center, no service, no grease. They just you put them in and go. Another big feature here with this Stage 3 suspension package is our front high steer setup. That's going to be our track bar relocation bracket right here. So that's moving the track bar up 3 inches, and then that allows you to go to the high steer setup, flipping the drag link on top of the steering knuckle. So that's kind of what we got going on with that. All of our suspension stuff's always packaged with Fox Racing Shock stuff. We work pretty closely with Fox, so that's what we're doing. And then that's the 2.5 with the DSC adjuster all the way around. We got the steering stabilizer flip. You guys did a video on that, which was cool. So that part is that's all ready shipping stuff. And
so one other little piece of thing going on underneath the front end of this Jeep is a sector shaft brace, which is also a track bar mount. Is it a brace as well then?
Yeah, it all kind of it basically ties it all together. The factory, the way that Jeep mounted that steering box is that, there seems to be a lot of people that are getting some steering box deflection, and the frame rail's moving around a little bit and the track bar mount's moving around a little bit. So what we did is we made a bracket that ties the steering box down into the track bar mount a little bit beefier. And the other thing too is that sometimes what happens, you guys hear about the people with death wobble and things like that. A lot of the instances of that happening has to do with the front track bar bolt becoming loose and then therefore wallowing out the factory track bar hole. So that brace kind of goes around that whole thing and just beefs it up and makes sure that if you have that happening to you, that fixes that as well too at the same time.
Awesome.
So in the back, we'll come on to the back here, and at the show here, we're kind of debuting our long arm suspension package for the rear. So the JL compared to the JK uses quite a bit longer control arms in the front. So going to a long arm in the front, not totally necessary, probably good up to about 3-4 inches of lift really. In the back though, the JLs use the same length control arms as the JK. So over 3 inches, the angles of the arms start getting kind of out of whack a little bit. So what we got here is a long arm upgrade kit just for the rear. And this kit is compatible 2-door and 4-door JL. And I'm sure we will get to the point where that's a JT thing as well. But kind of cool, we were able to get away with using our existing JK rear long arms that we make for our long arm kit. So those are the same parts, and we just made some new frame brackets to hang the arms off of.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you didn't do any stretching or anything? Just
No,
long?
not yet. That stuff's coming. We got to do kind of these baby steps of product development along the way, and we kind of like to build up to doing the stretch stuff. So 8-inch stretch should be coming at some point here as soon as we get the rest of this stuff hammered through the pipe and in production.
So the benefit of a long arm kit, especially on a 2-door, is that you're going to be able to correct the geometry on a tall lifted Jeep. And so these brackets will definitely do that for you. But there is definitely always a concern about getting beat up on the rocks. Is there anything that you're doing to address that?
No, totally. Definitely there is. When you go to a long arm setup like that, packaging is an issue. So, doing what we did here is the best we could kind of do and still retain like a bolt-on type system. So there's no welding or anything like that required. There's some cutting and grinding. But one thing that we did to kind of, help with that is we did a material change on the bracket that's hanging down right here. So what we're using this grade 50 AR plate. It's the same material we use in all of our JK skid plates. It has a higher carbon content in the steel, so it's stronger, so it'll be able to take some bigger hits and stuff like that.
So what are some of the examples of things that would use an AR plate?
I mean, backhoe buckets, bulldozers, scrapers, dump truck beds, things that are highly impacted with, that are beat on,
Something that's designed to tear up rocks.
That's right.
So these things can take the abuse and then some, is what you're saying?
That's the direction that we're headed with that, and trying to design and develop parts to handle that stuff. So.
Awesome.
And that's pretty much it right there. So.
It is not it, because the one question I've been getting a lot of lately, before I even got here, is your ball joints.
Oh yes.
What's going on with that?
No, that is a part that we're working on right now. We got some prototype stuff out there right now. We're testing, and just we want to. Again, I'm pretty serious about testing our stuff before it goes to market. So that's why we're a little bit later on the product delivery and product launching, because I really like to put it through the test and make sure the stuff that we're shipping is stuff that works.
Right.
So that is a product that's in development. We're working on it. Still got to do some tweaks and a few things with that. And that's because the ball joint setup on a JL is a lot different than a JK. So what Dana did is they moved to a ball joint design that uses a load carrying joint on both the upper and the lower. So as opposed to the JK through basically YJ stuff, where the upper ball joint was just a follower joint and all the load was being held on the lower joint. So just working through a little bit of design changes and some tweaking on that to get that part. Those will be ready next year at some point. So pretty much it.
All right. Well, I know everyone's looking forward to that. I'm sure all the 2-door guys are going to be super happy with what you got right here. Plus, of course, since all this is going to be translating to the 4-door as well, you guys can be expecting great things from Synergy. All this stuff is available now, I assume?
By the end of the year, everything that we're launching here, except the long arm upgrade, will be available at the end of the year. The long arm upgrade, probably first quarter of 2020 there.
Okay, so then at least on the steering end of things, the front end?
All the front end stuff is out right now, minus the high steer kit. So we're just finishing some stuff up with the track bar relocation bracket. That'll be available before the end of the year.
That's awesome. So you guys need to be saving your pennies, because by first quarter, hopefully next year, all this stuff is going to be available. And then hopefully those ball joints are coming too.
Those are definitely coming. And, for the guys out there that have other suspension kits, All of our stuff is available like kind of individually, so a la carte. You know, if you want to mix and match, that stuff's okay too. So you can get just the high steer kit later on if you already have a lift kit.
Well, thank you very much, Dave. I really appreciate you taking us around this Jeep and all the cool parts on it.
Well, definitely. We appreciate you coming by our booth and helping us spread the words. Much appreciated.